This is the plaintiff, Janet O'Toole. She says her daughter's ex-boyfriend borrowed money from her while they were together, and now that they've split up, he won't pay her back. She gave the money to the defendant in good faith and can't believe he's doing this after she's done so much for him. If you ask her, he should be ashamed of himself. She's suing for $3,938.50, the amount of the loan, and tickets on a car the defendant used. This is the defendant, Jose. He says the plaintiff's daughter borrowed the money from her mother, not him. In fact, he's not the type to borrow money from anyone because he doesn't like to have things like that hanging over his head. He doesn't understand why this woman's coming after him when she should really be going after her daughter. He's accused of letting an ex's mom down.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says her daughter's ex borrowed money from her and won't pay it back. But the defendant says his ex borrowed the money from her own mom. It's the case of Mamma Mia.
Okay, Janet O'Toole?
Yes.
All right, you are suing your daughter's former boyfriend, Jose. You've asked us to refer to you only by your first name for $3,938.50 that you say he owes you for a personal loan, car insurance, and tickets he racked up on a car. Tell me what's going on.
In the early part of 2008, my daughter and Jose approached me about an outstanding loan that he had with Bally's.
How long had you been dating him?
Since 2006.
Okay, and so 2 years after they started dating, she approaches you about a loan he had with a gym?
Correct, an outstanding loan that he had to pay.
An outstanding debt he had with the gym.
Correct, I'm sorry, an outstanding debt that he had. And he was in danger of having his check garnished. So they had tried other places to borrow the money, so I volunteered to lend him the money.
Okay, but I don't get it. Why shouldn't he just get his check garnished?
Because I didn't want to have him go through the embarrassment because he was already having his check garnished for child support.
Okay.
So as a favor to my daughter and Jose, who had approached me about the loan, I agreed to loan him the money.
Okay.
And that was pretty much it.
And did you loan him the money?
Yes, I did. I loaned him $2,000 for the.
And where did you get the money from?
My personal money.
Okay, go on.
Then also later in that year, I received a car as a gift, which I in turn asked Jose if he wanted to use it. So he said yes because he had a son and he didn't have any mode of transportation. Plus, he had just gotten hired by the New York City Department of Sanitation, and he needed to commute back and forth to work. So I said I would insure.
How old is he?
I believe.
How old are you?
Right now, I'm 35.
Okay, and when they were dating, you were what? Past 30, right? Because we were talking about it for years. Okay, you're not even the ex-girlfriend. You're the mom of the ex-girlfriend.
Right.
You know, like I expect you to be parenting her and telling her, girl, don't be spending all your money on some guy who hasn't married you yet.
But her being my daughter, I wanted to make it easier for her. And since she loved him, and they were in a committed relationship, they were living together. So I tried to help her out by helping him. So we agreed that
at the age of 30. Maybe the best way you can help her out is by not helping him. How'd that work out for you, by the way? Helping her out by helping him. How'd that work out for you?
Not so good.
Right. So maybe the best way you can help is to not be an enabler. And if your children want to play house, whether they're 20, 18, or 30, then they do it on their own because that's what life really is. Right?
Correct.
Right? And so if they can't afford a car, they don't have one. They save until they get one.
Correct.
And if the guy is a guy you've been dating for a few years and he can't manage to pay his own debt, maybe you stop dating him.
Well, yeah, they broke up.
How long did they continue to date after you had loaned him
Another year.
Another year. And in that year, how many payments did he make on any of this money?
2.
2 payments. And what were the size of the payments?
One was a money order for $100 and one was a money order for $150.
And why didn't you account for that in your math, in your lawsuit?
You're right. I did not account for that.
All right. So you make him a loan in order to pay off the Bally issue. And that's a $2,000 loan. Then on the car insurance, you pay his car insurance on the car that you gave them.
Correct.
Who ended up with the car? Whose name was it under?
It was registered under me.
So it continued to be registered under your name.
Correct.
But you gave it to them to drive.
I gave it to Jose.
And then you told the insurance people, did you add him to your insurance?
Yes.
And her?
Correct.
Okay. And then you paid for the insurance and they gave you money every month or they didn't give you money?
He was supposed to give me $105 a month.
And did that happen?
No, it didn't.
Okay. And did you bring a lawsuit while they were dating on that? No, because you were just helping them out. But you brought a lawsuit now that they've broken up. Okay.
He
The tickets
changed
on
his
the
phone
car.
number
Tell me about the
finally.
tickets on the car.
In October of 2010, my car was parked outside, and I came out and the car was towed. I called the police department thinking that my car was stolen. They informed me that there were 2 tickets on the car that gone into judgment that were in excess of $350, which made me eligible for tow. And I said, that's impossible because I don't owe any tickets on my car. When I called the marshal, they read off the plate, which belonged to the Volvo that Jose was using.
Well, was Jose the only one using it?
Yes, he was the only one using it.
She did not use it.
No, ma'am, because the car was defective.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
so
sorry.
he could use it. He could drive, but she
No,
can't.
no, I'm sorry. The only defect was the seat.
Okay, I have a question for you. How do you know she wasn't using it? Does she have her own car? Or that's the one family car they had?
That was the one family car they had.
So
but
how do you know she wasn't using it? Where's your daughter? Why isn't she here?
I have a statement. She's a police officer.
Why isn't she here? They have days off. They can take a day off. They have court.
She's an undercover police officer.
Okay. Well, if she came here and didn't mention I'm an undercover police officer, it wouldn't matter, right? It would just be another witness testifying. Because, see, we're going to have a problem. I already know what he said in his answer to the complaint. I didn't get those tickets. She did. So, it'd be really good to have her here. Show me her statement. Stop talking. Jose, what's going on? They're paying your bills. They're buying your cars. They're paying your insurance. They're paying your tickets. And you what? You're just coasting around?
Not at
Bonitillo?
all.
You just have everything paid for like a gigolo? What's going on?
Not at all, Your Honor. I dated the plaintiff's daughter. We lived together, like she said. I didn't borrow the money from Mrs. O'Toole.
Who did?
Her daughter did. Now, the story I had gotten from her daughter was that she had borrowed it from a coworker and friend of Mrs. O'Toole.
That who had borrowed it?
That her daughter did, which I was adamantly against because I didn't have the money to pay in the first place. Why would I take a personal loan out from someone who's going to want
why did you just say no?
I did say no.
And what happened? It got paid, right?
No. Your Honor, she borrowed...
Did your Bally bill get paid?
The Bally bill was paid, yes.
Okay, but you want me to believe that all took place behind your back and over your objection?
At the time, I was paying a lot of child support for my son. I had just started with the department, and the money just wasn't there. And like I had explained to her, to my girlfriend at the time, it was on my credit. It was my life. I was dealing with it. It would have got paid when it got paid. She was thinking long term. Let me pay this thing off. Let me do this. She wanted to solve all my problems. So behind my back, borrows the money, never told me it was from her mother, if it was in fact from her mother. So I'm under the impression that she borrowed it from her mother's friend. Okay, I get a call one day, go pick up money from my mother's friend. She's going to give it to you. At that point, I even refused from the friend.
Wait, so you got in the car and you went to pick up the money?
Yeah, I got a call.
Why? The money that you're refusing to take because you don't want the bill paid?
Yeah.
Well, then you pick up the money,
right.
you give the money to the responsible adult in the house who apparently wants to pay your bill,
okay.
But you don't have a part in it. But you're the guy who picked up the money.
Okay, but I wasn't the guy who borrowed the money.
Would you loan money as the mother to somebody who is going with your daughter if he owes money to everybody in town?
Definitely not. Definitely.
Why not? It's your daughter's boyfriend.
That's unfortunate. It's her boyfriend. I wouldn't.
He sounds like a deadbeat. No money.
No money, even if it's your daughter.
No. Jody, why don't you answer this one?
Absolutely not. He should get a job or 2 jobs or 3 jobs to pay back the money.
Going inside the courtroom.
I'm serious. I mean, I did not go and ask Mrs. O'Toole for anything. I never did. And then the story gets twisted around. It was coming from her friend. It was coming from the mother. It went back and forth. I never got a straight answer.
According to you, he's the one who approached you for the money.
Yes. They both. Yes, I got the story for both of them.
Together, separately, how?
No, together at their home.
Okay. And according to you, who physically handed him the money?
My coworker.
Okay, but it was your money or your coworker's
No,
money?
it was my money because
Why did your coworker physically hand him the money?
Because I couldn't go out of my office. They came to my place of work. I couldn't leave my office, so I asked her to please do me a favor and go outside and hand him the money.
$2,000 in cash to a guy who's out there who's.
No,
how do you describe him?
No, my daughter was there also.
So
with him.
she knows your daughter?
Yes, she knows them.
So do you have an affidavit from the coworker?
Yes, I do.
I saw that you had. Let me just see the original. All right, talk to me about the car insurance.
Okay, so we had the car and there was insurance on the car. And like I said, times were tight financially and we were barely making it. And the car insurance she kept paying it and we kept owing her. And time just went on until,
So
the
what?
end.
Then once you broke up, you didn't feel a need to pay her for the car insurance?
Well, no, I mean, things at that point had already spiraled out of control.
What does your debt on the car insurance have to do with whether you and your girlfriend are breaking up?
Oh, I'm not saying it has anything to do with it.
So why did that stop you from paying it?
You know what, Your Honor? She should be standing next to me getting sued as well, because we did live together.
But here's the thing, okay? She has you guys have what's called joint and several liability.
Okay.
That means she can go after either one of you for it.
Okay.
She chooses to go after the one that did not come from her body, okay? She
Yeah, I
chooses not to
understand.
go after her own blood.
I understand.
She chooses to go after you. And so, yeah, you're both responsible for it, but she chooses to go after you. Talk to me about the tickets on the car.
We had accumulated a few tickets, and again, something that
We don't accumulate tickets. I know that we've
Her
used
and
the
I.
term "we" over and over
My
again.
ex-girlfriend
Who got
and I.
these 2 tickets?
my ex-girlfriend and I had accumulated a few
No,
tickets.
2 people are not driving. You can't each
Your
put
Honor, it
both
was-
of your heinies in the driver's seat. Somebody got the red light ticket. Who got it? Was it you or was it her?
I couldn't answer that. I really
You don't
couldn't.
remember?
No, not at all.
Why? You got so
We're
many
talking,
you can't
what,
keep.
3 years ago, maybe?
So what? I mean, you don't remember getting stopped for a ticket and getting a.
No, I mean, if it's a red
How
light.
many times have you been stopped for a red light?
Not at all. It must have been a camera. It must have been a
Show me
camera.
the paperwork on the tickets. Do you have a camera picture?
These are the 2 tickets that were in judgment when my car was towed.
Who drove the car?
We both did.
Of course. Who was working?
We both were.
What were your hours?
Usually it was 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
What days?
Again, working for the city, you always had a rotating day off with Sunday permanent.
According to her, there was maybe this is what you were trying to tell me. There was some defect in the car that wouldn't let the driver's seat go forward enough,
Correct.
so she didn't drive the car.
She couldn't reach the gas pedal.
Because she couldn't reach the gas pedals. It was unaccommodating for me. Is that true or not true?
No.
Okay. Number 1, on the loan, I find it disingenuous on your part that you say, I didn't want it, I asked to not have it happen, and it shouldn't have happened. That's ridiculous. You're the guy who goes pick up the money, all right? It's your debt. It got paid off. Man up, okay, and pay it. That's as to the $2,000 loan. As to the $1,191.18 in car insurance for 1 year, that is a debt that is both yours and hers. But as I explained before, you're jointly and severally liable. She can choose to go after you. I'm going to order you to pay that. As for the tickets, I find that you have not proven to me which of the 2 of them ended up getting those tickets. And I don't really care that your daughter, who doesn't want to show up and says she doesn't because she's an undercover, that's preposterous. If she showed up and kept her mouth shut about what she did for a living, she could have just testified.
She's an undercover
I don't want to hear
narcotics
another
agent.
word. This is not your chance to keep talking. And if I were you, I wouldn't roll my eyes or complain because you're seeing a lot more money than you deserve to see under the circumstances, okay? That's all she had to do was be here and testify. She's from New York. There's no excuse for this. But aside from that, I probably wouldn't believe it. Because I don't believe that in a household where there was one car that she never, ever drove the car. I find that to be disingenuous, okay? And since I find it disingenuous, I don't really know who it is that got those tickets. I tried looking at the dates. There's no time on it. It's very hard for me to know from 3 years ago because you're choosing to sue now, 3 years later, who got a ticket on the information you're giving me. You just didn't prove it, okay? So you know what? Frankly, in a moral sense, your daughter ought to woman up and pay those tickets to you. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $3,191.18 minus the $250 that have already been paid for a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $2,941.18.
So this case is over and the defendant heads out of the courtroom right here after the plaintiff wins it. What's your feeling on this outcome here?
The judge made a decision.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's unfortunate Mrs. O'Toole had to go.
Why'd you take the money?
I didn't.
You shouldn't have.
I didn't.
If you didn't want to be hauled into court this way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was used to pay off your bills, so I guess.
Lesson
What
learned.
broke up this relationship?
Has nothing to do with the case. I'm not going to speak about it.
Okay. All right. You head right around this way. All right. So step in here. Satisfied with what you got out of this?
Yes, I wish I would have gotten the entire amount, but yes.
Judge gave you a tongue lashing.
Yes, really.
What are you doing so entangled up in your daughter's relationship, financially and everything otherwise?
As a parent, you always try to help your kid out.
You regret what you did?
No.
You would have done the same thing
Yes,
again?
I would.
All right, Harvey.
So the defendant here can go after his ex for her share of what's owed since he has to pay her mother in full. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.